If drama and romance are not enough for you, I also bring you plenty of action and, on top of that, a very sharp love triangle. Let's hear what this amazing recap is about. Watch out for spoilers. This story begins with 5 boys who are in charge of delivering justice at the Institute. They are all walking together until Ibaoshi Takui hears a girl calling for help. He gets closer, he jumps from the roof to defend that girl. It is 3 men who want to hurt her, but Takui faces each one of them. Even though it is 3 against 1, Takui fights very well until, little by little, his companions start arriving. Each one of these boys has a different personality. Arisawa now is the second of the 5. When Nao approaches, he is the one in charge of offering support with words. Then Tairaku-jun appears. At this moment, he takes photos and videos of what was happening, since he is the tech guy of the group. When those 3 are about to leave, one of the bad guys pulls out a weapon, but what he does not know is that Yachi Kojiro is the swordsman of the 5. When the fight seemed over, Yachi faces the 3 aggressors and defeats them. Last, but certainly not least, we have Shimizu Toshi, who is known as the ultimate Casanova of the group and also happens to be a truly formidable master of combat. Now that we have had the pleasure of meeting each and every one of our heroic characters, we can finally move forward and continue with the rest of this gripping and action-packed story. As it happens, that same morning, Asuhina is running late for her first class and sees Toshi hugging the girl they rescued. She thinks Toshi is very romantic and that the 2 of them make such a lovely couple. So arrives at the institute and runs into a professor. The professor explains to her, while they walk to class, that they advance according to the performance of each study group. Since Asu has such high grades, she will be placed with other top students, a special group where she truly belongs and deserves to be studying now. Before Asu enters the classroom, she sees Toshi again hugging a girl, this time a different one from the one the 5 had rescued. So thinks that is very wrong, but still, since she does not know him yet, she does not want to give an opinion. The boys already knew Asau was a transfer student, because her parents worked a lot and always transferred her from one institute to another, and our tech guy, Jun, had already taken care of collecting her information. 5 always know a little about each student. They have to fulfill their duties, take part in events, and protect whoever they can. Takui only wants a normal life, and at the same time he likes being with the 5 and in the institute's special group. These 5 boys and the others in the classroom were eager to meet Aso. She would be the first girl to join the special study group. No other girl had ever earned grades high enough to qualify. This came as quite a surprise to Aso. Boys arrived late to their class, and when they entered, they all approached her. And that is how they greeted her. But Toshi especially takes her face, removes her glasses, and tells her that she looks much prettier without them. Saul feels invaded. So she gets up from her seat and directly slaps Toshi. She tells him in front of everyone that she is not the typical girl who falls in love so easily with a guy like him. Jun smiles and is happy that Asu is the first girl who finally rejects Toshi. Meanwhile, there is a bit of an uproar in the classroom because Asu is a special girl. My respects to her. Toshi, instead of feeling offended, takes it as a new challenge. He decides to win Asu over. The first thing that comes to Toshi's mind is to tell Asu that he is going to put her words to the test. They have to find out whether she will not fall in love despite his effort. And so, while Toshi arrogantly persuades Asu, Jun gives her glasses back. It turns out Toshi has broken them, but like a true gentleman, he is going to take responsibility. Next day, the 5 warn Asu that it is a dangerous season in that place. Toshi wants to walk her home, but she refuses. When Asu is walking, 4 thugs come up to her precisely to hurt her with some bats. Luckily, the boys appear and protect her. At that moment, Asu understands. Toshi had not offered to take her home with bad intentions. He truly wanted to protect her. After this, everyone splits up and Asu and Toshi finally go home together. And on the way, some of Toshi's admirers run into him. Since he was walking Asu home, they ask him if the 2 of them are dating. Toshi says yes, but Asu contradicts him. One of the admirers tells her that it is not common for him to stay with the same girl for a long time, which makes him lose his charm. So objects and explains that what makes him lose his charm is going after one girl after another. All the admirers do not understand what they are talking about. They think Asu is a little strange, so they leave them alone. Toshi loves how Asu reacts to everything, so he confesses that he might be the one falling for her soon. He tries to give her a hug, but once again, she pushes him away and rejects his advances. One day after classes began, all the girls who had gone out with Toshi gather to confront Asu. They hurt her and throw her lunch on the floor. So defends herself and tries to make them understand that if they have any problem, they have to solve it directly with Toshi, not with her. While Aso expresses what she feels, Toshi is watching everything that is happening. He approaches the gathering and takes Asiosu and hugs her, and he makes it clear to the girls that he is not interested in any of them and that he does not need them. After several incidents, Susu decides to distance herself from Toshi to see whether the girls will finally stop bothering her. She grows closer to Takui, Nao, Yaochi, and Jun, but unfortunately every time she does, different groups of girls harass her. So feels a little overwhelmed, as if the girls act like they own the 5 of them. Because of this, she isolates herself from everyone, feeling that she is causing far too many problems and that she is simply in the way of others. And because of all that, everyone except Toshi offers her their most sincere friendship and promises that they are going to help her with everything she needs. So is very happy about this. She always thought she would have a group of female friends, but deep down it is not bad if she has a group of male friends. And what friends, right? What she did not know was that Takui was falling in love with her, but when the 5 made that promise to support her as friends, he had to make it too. It shows that he was willing to give up everything he felt for Aso, even though it hurt. After that, exam season began, and with it, the dangers of the school started to close in on them as well. Coincidentally, Toshi did not go to class that day, but Asu asks the 4 of them why they do not insist on reporting the violence problem at the institute, but everyone, including the professors, mentions to her that making a report there is completely useless. What is the name of that institute? Venezuela? Anyway, in the security room, Shadowy Group is planning an attack on Asu and monitoring her every move. She was targeted repeatedly during exam week. Fortunately, she was never alone, and they were always there to keep a close watch on her. A suspicious girl approaches her to ask if they can suddenly be friends, and she does not see anything strange about it. On the contrary, she is happy that she is finally going to have a friend after so long. It turns out this is obviously a trap. A new friend leads her to a dark staircase, returns to grab something she forgot, and ends up leaving her there all alone in the dark. At that instant, another boy arrives and gives Asu an electric shock, causing her to fall to the floor and become unconscious. So's supposed friend looks for Toshi and takes him to where she is unconscious. And when he takes her in his arms and asks her to wake up, the other girl locks them both in. It is a hidden spot in the school with no cell service, so Toshi and Asu are forced to spend the entire night locked away inside together alone. When everything is already dark, Toshi confesses that he is afraid of the dark. Before, he seemed very brave, but like everyone else, he has some weak point. At dawn, the surprise is that they lock up 3 members of the 5 together with Toshi and Asu too. Only Takui is left so that he can rescue them. Then, Toshi makes a smart move. Once heard that Asu changes personality when she takes caffeine. While she is unconscious, they give her a little caffeine, and she starts fighting all the aggressors. And when its effect wears off, Takui arrives and rescues them in time. Sometime after all that commotion, they begin to give out the exam results at the institute. The 5 obtained the best grades in classroom A, Asoa, placed 19th. But there was something wrong with that result, and they had to figure it out. They had to find out what altered the results, and the executive board of the student council could be the culprit. The next day, Masato, the grandson of the institute's director, goes to visit the classroom of the 5. Everyone knew him except Asu, obviously because she is new. Masato likes Asu and without any shame tries to win her over, and to her surprise, Toshi does nothing to stop him. When Masato invites her on a date, she says no. However, Toshi advises her to go, which Asu accepts. Takui knew that Masato only liked to play with women. To avoid this, he goes in search of Asu so that they do not break her heart. Because Toshi was not going to do anything for her, Takui took the responsibility into his own hands in this matter. So while Masato and Aso eat ice cream, they visit the stores and have fun. Takui tries to look for them, and when he finally finds them, he cannot stop anything between them. For his part, Masato realizes that Asu loves Toshi. Even so, he tries to give her a kiss, and at that instant, the very same Toshi appears, separates them, and protects her with a hug. Masato asks him how he knew they were there, and the answer was held by Takui. But he, instead of trying to separate Asu from Masato's arms, preferred that Toshi do it. Turns out that Takui was very brave and also loyal to his friend, since he gave up his love for Asu only so that he, who claimed her first, could keep her. That really is a good friend, be like Takui, and say no to stealing someone else's partner. Returning to the drama, when Masato leaves, Asu runs after him, asks him not to go, and asks him to please be her friend. This girl is desperate for friends. At that, she hugs him, and when she touches his chest, she realizes that Masato was not a boy, but a girl. And it turns out the 5 always knew the truth, and that is why they apologize to Asu for not having warned her before. Regardless, Asu takes Masato's hand and asks her to be her friend. Masato, surprised and with eyes full of tears, grabs Asu and gives her a kiss, only to then say her final goodbyes and walk away from her forever. And the five thought Masato had kissed her on the mouth, but it was really on the cheek. That was her secret. Toshi deeply regretted not kissing Asu first. What a Masato. Later on, the executive committee plans the kidnapping of Arisawa now. A woman locks him in her apartment, handcuffs him, and serves him some tea. The idea is to force him to marry her. When Asu finds out, she is filled with rage because she cannot believe that this exists in this century. So the boys plan the rescue of their friend Arisawa, and after a great fight, they manage to rescue him. In the following episodes, after this, Toshi takes Asu to a place alone and tries to give her a kiss and ask her not to fall in love with him. So asks him why he insisted on kissing her. But Takui interrupts him and warns Toshi that if he only wants to play with her, he is not going to get out of the way so easily. And also another day in the sports competition, the executive committee organizes every activity, and it is so difficult that everyone has to try very hard to pass. Five explain to Asu that the executive committee of the school council are the ones who control the institute's activities and that they plan everything from the camera room. Just after they talk about this, the committee gives a message for the whole institute, and the message says that in the sports competition, anyone can carry a weapon. Jun and the others hack the executive committee's database and discover that the competition is called Sabana de Africa, which means that it will be outdoors and it is as difficult as never before. When they are about to open the folder with the details of the competition, the executive committee discovers them and they have a small argument with the five. Afterward, on the second day of the sports competition, everyone is located in the field with their respective weapons and they wait for the order to begin. This already looks like the Hunger Games. First obstacle is to solve a super complex equation with a type of whiteboard. Jun is the most prepared to solve it, so he approaches the whiteboard and solves it with total ease. The boys had an advantage in that first obstacle. Takui recognizes it and says that the executive committee made a mistake by putting this first test. Minutes later, the second test of the competition is a shopping battle. Whoever manages to bring the product in less time is the winner. And so, it falls to the five to bring cod roe eggs from Hakata. Just like that, as if it were nothing, Arisawa now sends a drone and they all remain victorious once again. Suddenly, the next obstacle is to escape from the clutches of some demons, men in costumes, who block the path of the groups. Whoever defeats them faster will be the winner. Everyone begins to fight and to protect Asu, and they win. Finally, the last test arrives, and this is a battle royale obstacle course. There are two parts. The first is to dodge the traps, and the second is to fight with a large group of boys with knives. Five confront the boys with knives and give Asu some coffee, which gives her the boost she needs to join the fight. After this, Toshi and Asu are left alone in the middle of the forest, and when Toshi tries to kiss her, they throw a knife at him through the air, but luckily he manages to dodge it. She fills with rage and strikes her opponent so hard that Asu, frightened, falls on the mountain. Then, at the end of the competition, the executive board declares the five of them winners, and Toshi and Asu raise their flag. At night at the camp, Asu takes charge of curing everyone's wounds. Her weapon is a first aid kit. Although everyone is wounded, they are very happy to have won and they begin to have a party. Next day, Asu places in position number 11, which is not enough, so she has to take summer classes to be able to qualify for the top places again. She does not want to be alone, so the five promise to be with her whenever she needs it. And so the school year ends, but these friends promise to remain united forever. We have reached the end of this recap. If you liked it, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching us, and until next time.